Good evening, Wizards Nation. So in this video, I want to install some confidence in our fan base. I want us to be more secure about the current prospect of our team. You know what I mean? Because let's just be honest, right now we're in a current 8-game losing streak. It's the longest losing streak in the entire league. As a matter of fact, in the first 5 games of that losing streak, we were getting blown out. We've lost by 13 or more points in each game. But since then, in the past 3 games, we lost by a combined total of 20 points. You know what I mean? We lost to the Clippers, the Nuggets twice. 2 solid teams. The Nuggets, even though they're without Jokic and all them dudes. But still, we took them to the wire. I see progress. Anyways, we all saw the interview yesterday from President Michael Winger. And he dropped a couple of really good It was a really good freaking interview, man. Shout out to this dude. And shout out. Here, I'm just going to show you a clip.
As you know, we decided as a leadership team that tearing down both organizations to the studs, rebuilding from scratch, designing franchises to thrive in this new era of NBA and WNBA basketball, and leaning into a singular identity of player development would be our roadmap to eventual sustained success. As a reminder, we are not pursuing short-term success. We are not pursuing moderate success. We believe that mediocrity, frankly, is just easily achievable, but there's a very low ceiling on hope.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Dude, I've been wanting to hear that for years. For freaking years. You know what I mean? The Tommy Shepard would never say this. The Bradley Beal Dark Ages. It's over. It's over, dude. Dude, we've been wanting this type of talk since what? John Wall got injured in 2017? Are you kidding me, dude? That's my president right there. That's my freaking president. I swear to God. If he wants, I'd do a freaking loyalty pledge. Freaking him and freaking Will Dawkins. I, Fonzie Rose, do solemnly swear to always drink the Kool-Aid. I'll do it, though. That's how bought in I am on this rebuild, dude. And y'all call me crazy. I feel like most of us feel like this. But I'm not going to lie. There's a small chunk of us who still haven't bought in. And it's fine. It's fine. To each their own. You know what I mean? But what I am going to say is, dude, we are Bitcoin in 2016. Buy the stock. That dude in 2016, the weird dude with the hairy arms who was telling you, hey, man, you got to buy the Bitcoin. And you never did. And to this day, you still freaking down yourself. That's me. I'm that weird dude with the hairy arms. Buy the stock. Buy the Wizard stock, dude. I'm telling you. Season tickets. Do it. I mean, it's expensive, but they're doing renovations. You know what I mean? Everything's going up and up. Got to give a shout out to Ted Leonsis. What the fuck? When have I ever said that? Y'all know I'm critical about Ted Leonsis, but I feel changed. The vibes are shifting. But anyways, I'm going off on a freaking tangent. I will admit though, we are in an 8-game losing streak. We know what the deal is. Develop the young bucks, keep the top 8 pick. It could get ugly. These next 3 months, it could get real ugly. And it could dissuade some dudes or some people in this community being like, I don't know if I'm buying this. I'm not buying this rebuild. You know what I mean? And to each their own. It's fine. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. In prepping for this video, I was just like, am I really going to preach? Because I feel like I'm looking at my notes. I'm just like, oh, you little dick, you're just going to preach. I was like, I don't want to preach. You know what I mean? I don't like content creators who just preach. Oh, in today's homily, we're going to talk about why thou shalt not criticize. Fuck that, man. But, I'm not a paid propagandist. These are my actual thoughts. This is how I truly believe. I'm not on Dawkins' payroll. I wish I was. I'm not. I'm not a propagandist. I'm not a lobbyist. I'm not a warmonger. Oh, shit. I think I'm not. No, I'm not. The fuck? No. I am a realist. And I'm impartial to my team. What I'm trying to say is, this is just my 2 cents. Take it as what you will. And, we'll just go from there. What the fuck? I wanted to say I'm not a warmonger. So I'm going to say this phrase, and I'm going to keep on repeating it throughout the entire video. Trust the progress. Trust the progress. We are going to lose these next 3 months. Okay, accept that. It's planned. It's by design. Look past that because trust the progress. the progress of these young bucks, the development they've had from year 1 to year 2, the rookies, Blah Coulibaly. Trust that progress. Because at the end of the day, the progress of the young bucks on our squad is what truly has me excited. Also being guided by, obviously, Will Dawkins, Wenger, and etc. Obviously, that phrase was coined by Joel Embiid, trust the process. You know what I mean? I said this in a stream the other day. I think trusting the process within us is over with. Trusting the process, in my opinion, is when you are rebuilding. It's dark. Oh my God, it's dark, gloomy days. You know, you have no possible foundational players on your roster. You're starting from scratch. You're in chapter 1. That's trusting the process. You are in dire search of a foundational piece via draft. Most likely should be via draft. But trusting the progress, in my opinion, is because, well, I feel like we've found our possible key contributors, foundational players, maybe even blue chip players on our roster right now. We have Alex Sarr, who's playing at an all-star level in his second year in the league as a 20-year-old, 7'1" big man without a point guard and pretty much on a minutes restriction the entire year. We got Trey Johnson freaking balling out as a rookie. I'm going to get to them more a little bit later on. When I say, in my opinion, I feel like we're done with the process and trusting the process. Trust the progress. We've elevated. Process now to progress. Progress of the young bucks that we have on our roster right now who are going to be here with us for the next 5 to 10 years.
Because of the very hard work and dedication that our players and staff have exhibited, Alex Sarr is having an all-star type season, in my opinion. He's becoming one of the most dominant big men in the league at the rim on both ends of the floor. Keyshawn, at just 22 years old, has already become one of the more well-rounded players in the NBA. He's one of just 16 players in the league with his combination of points, rebounds, and assists, and he's the youngest on that list among all-star company. Bilal is stepping up to the toughest matchups on the floor every single night. He's only 21. His combination of size, speed, competitiveness, and mental fitness allow him to be among the most disruptive defenders in the NBA. Bub has demonstrated exceptional growth on both ends of the floor with the ball and without, and he's quickly become one of the more reliably elite three-point shooters in the NBA. Trey Johnson, a rookie, is having an unprecedented start to his NBA career. Not far from the revered 50-40-90 mark, he's shown early signs of development as a playmaker and a defender, which comes as no surprise for those who have seen his work ethic. All of these athletes embody the Wizards' DNA. These are professionals who bring seriousness, coachability, competitiveness, and joy to our gym.
My president said it correctly there. Those guys that he listed off, those are our core players as of right now. Obviously, we can add a possible freaking blue chip player in the lottery that we all want and desire, that we, not even desire, that we deserve. That is dutifully ours. After all the suffering we've been through, trust the progress. I feel like some of y'all are going to have nightmares tonight regarding the word progress and me and shit. Like, y'all going to be rolling around in your bed and be like, oh, this untethered Bolivian wouldn't shut the fuck up about progress. It's the truth, though. It is. Well, my truth. I said this in multiple streams. That 12-game stretch that we had when we went 7-5, that was primarily fueled by the young players on our roster, the young key players. Our offensive and defensive rating were middle of the pack. You know, for 20-year-old dudes, I'll take it. I think that's a sign of growth. We went 7-5. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of small sample sizes, but I'd like to believe that the front office, the coaches, the players in the locker room are all going to point at that stretch of games and be like, hey, man, this is us in the future. This is a glimpse of how good we can be in the near future. We traded away McCollum, and then we'll see what happens. The team is now basically reinventing themselves. But that 12-game sample size was imperative to this rebuild, in my opinion, to this team. We needed to see, especially after how we started off so historically ass on defense, November basketball. Delete that from our freaking GPU because, you know, it got really bad. I'm going to be honest. I got really bad. We saw that stretch. Now, we're all going to lay our heads on that stretch, and we're going to be like, you know what? During this 12 games, this dude played like this this dude play like this. We all got our key roles going forward. This is Wizards basketball for the future. Not only has a 12-game stretch reverberated the entire fan base and Wizards facility, I feel like NBA executives are now starting to catch on. We also recently saw Alex Sarr at NBA TV in that interview. We saw the three Wizkids, Bilal Coulibaly, Keyshawn George, Alex Sarr on the Young Man in 3 pod, which was awesome. I highly recommend. I'm pretty sure we all watched it by now. We came into this season, obviously, we all know this, to develop, but keep our top 8 pick. There's a reason why we didn't sign a point guard or get a point guard before the season started. There's a reason why we pretty much played this entire season without a power forward or a front court mate for Alex Sarr. It was all done by design. And looking past the McCollum trade, we are now 30th in offensive rating and 26th in defensive rating. The roster construction was done on purpose so that we can ensure our top 8 pick. But best believe, with the remaining cap space that we have, which I believe is $45.9 million, we're going to bring in more veterans, more win-now type players to ensure that we're not going to be here next year. I firmly believe that we're not going to be at the top end of the lottery next year or in the next, if everything works well, in the next 10 years. Like, this is it for us. Like, if I'm wrong, trust me, I will call myself out on this, but this should be it for us.
We have completed the deconstruction phase with the Wizards. We are firmly into building that franchise and organization with the identity that we want. Our players enjoy being here. Our staff is deeply passionate about their contributions to our culture and our growth mindset environment.
Yeah, man. And regarding what you just said right now with the roster deconstruction, I'm going to show you right now. This is our roster that Will Dawkins inherited. You know what I mean? We got dudes like Denny Avdia, Will Barton, Bradley Beal, Vernon Carey. This is the 2022, the 2023 roster. Obviously, the next year, Bilal Coulibaly joined with the first pick from the Dawkins era. We got Daniel Gafford, freaking Taj Gibson, Rory Hachimura, Jordan Goodwin, Jay Huff, holy hell, wish I still had him. Monte Morris, Kyle Kuzma, Corey Kispert. I'm not going to lie, I miss Corey. You know what I mean? But Tingus Pingus. Now, look at our roster now. Night and day. We got Bub Carrington. These are all dudes that we drafted, that Dawkins drafted. They're all on the roster. Nobody's been waived yet. We got our own new foundational pieces that we all drafted ourselves. I'm not gonna lie, looking at our roster right now, I do miss Corey Kispert. And I wasn't the biggest Corey Kispert stan. I wasn't. Dude. I actually was advocating for trading him, but I'm just like, holy hell, man, the longest tenured Wizard. Anyways, I'm all in my feels right now. But roster's less night and day. Minutes will be earned. Yet, granted, Dawkins said that before the season started, but you know what I mean. Next year, every minute that every single player plays, it's gonna be minutes that could possibly be do or die situations. Like, you won't be handed minutes. Like right now, God bless his soul, AJ Johnson's playing. He ain't gonna see this minutes next year if his play is not up to par. The days of us playing undeveloped rookies or young bucks are pretty much gonna be over with next year. Like it should be. It's either you get on board, develop, and catch up to everybody else, or, sorry, but you might get left behind. Develop on court, develop off the court. Y'all better buy in the system because next year, off and running, dude. Off and running. So I'm pretty sure all the young bucks on our roster right now know this, but you know what I mean? Shit's not going to be sweet anymore next year. Like, who knows what we're going to do at coach? But I'm just saying, man. Next year, it's going to be our first year out of this rebuild, in my opinion. I'm not saying we're going to go to the playoffs. I'm not saying, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying our first year of not aiming to be in the top end of the lottery. That's my opinion. We got Trae Young back in the fold now. We're going to get, hopefully, a top 3 pick that we deserve, But for the rest of these 3 months, don't lose sight of Dawkins' vision. And trust the progress. Please. I'm saying please. Trust the progress of the young bucks that you're going to see in the next 3 months. There will be times when we go on long losing streaks. There will be times if we do start winning here and there. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull Alex Sarr out, if they pull Keyshawn George out for stretches here and there. Don't be dissuaded. It's all a part of the plan. I feel like NBA executives are buying the Wizard stock. They're seeing the vision. You know what I mean? NBA draft Twitter pundits, they're freaking lost. They're long lost, dude. Don't worry about them. They still shit on us. Freaking Stephen A. Smith, ESPN, they still don't give us love. Stephen A. Smith said, I don't know if y'all saw Stephen A. Smith's reaction to Trae Young's trade. He was just like, oh, the Wizards, they're irrelevant. Blah. You know damn well, come October, November of this year, if we start winning and we start showing promise, this man's going to be hopping on board. He'll be like, oh, I've always been a Wizards fan. Fuck that. We know what we got in here. We know what we got in this community. Let's stick together and trust the progress that we're going to see these next 3 months. That's all I got to say, dude. I will end this video with this. If next year we aren't up to par and we're playing similar ball to this year, we're in the top end of the lottery, you're going to see me lash out because I feel like that would be supremely underwhelming. You know, like constructive criticism is key. So while what I just spewed out is all coming from how I truly feel, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll call myself out on it. But damn it, I better not be wrong. I better not be wrong. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Because right now, like sometimes in a chat, I feel like some dudes right now are just like, we're losing. Anyways, there's a snowstorm this week. I got to go to Costco. Costco keeps the cost low. Fuck, it's 8 o'clock. I'm about to get wrecked. Anyways, take care, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We play at noon. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.